leave now. Blacko. And so this is just a work in progress. This is what I could do today.
How was your day?
We've got some fun today.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning. I'm going to work more on it in the future. Future. What up, lady? You're gonna have a good fanboy Macalengo school. Fanboy it up.
I really like this music.
Isn't this fun? This gets you pumped. This is make you just want to scream. Brains out. Screaming, bitch. Rogue Radio, welcome. Welcome to your doom.
Handling Go Radio.
Wow.
Fanboy modeling
I did a light
school.
It will evolve.
I like that.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I like that, man.
Welcome. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That was just, I just threw that together at the last minute. It's going to get more elaborate. This show's production value is going straight up. Only straight places. Welcome to Fanboy Modeling School, everybody. I'm the Fat Mantis. Who might you be, my friend?
It's your boy Steve. Real name, no gimmicks. Your friend to the end, the curmudgeon.
The Dream Team. The Dream Team. Rogue Radio says crispy tunes. You know it.
Very crispy, very crispy. Great job. Shout out to the Fat Mantis on that opening, man.
Thank you. Thank you. So I think our main topic tonight was that life sucks.
Life. Love stings. Yeah. Hey,
He's
yo,
going
shout
for it
out
right
to Jose. Welcome in, my brother.
Welcome in, Jose. Yo, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Remember to follow us on Twitch. Remember to join our Discords. Remember to make stuff happen. This is Fanboy Modeling School. We bring the best in pop culture and nerd news to you right here. Right here.
Yes, indeed. How the hell are you, big guy?
I thought we determined this. Life sucks.
You know, it's all relative. It's how you feel. It's what you're thinking about. Let's fucking go. Manny in the house.
Yeah, Manny, what up? Let's go.
Go for it. Yes.
Have you ever had one of those days? Yo, let me ask you. Have you ever had one of those things where, like, someone who's above you is an old dude who keeps calling you son and telling you how you're just a screw up?
Yes.
I had one of those. But you have to be respectful. You're like, yeah,
okay.
yeah, okay.
I just want you to know I'm waiting for you to die.
Jose says, how hot are the topics today?
Well, Jose, we got one topic that's definitely going to enrage a lot of people. It's about a beloved franchise, Black Panther.
Yeah, we have at least two topics, so we'll start a race riot. Let me put it like that.
Yeah, 100%. And listen. We're not the type of podcast that isn't scared to wade into these deep waters. A TikToker came out and has declared what can make someone an ally or anti-Black in regards to Black Panther. Now, I don't know if you got your what makes someone anti-Black pamphlet in the mail. It definitely didn't come to me.
They skipped my house.
They
knew better than to come here.
Reaganomics. So, you know, we got that. I do have an honorable mention that I want to bring up. There is a new event going on in Marvel right now, which is basically the acronym is AXE. So it's Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, right? And Marvel has completely managed to make the Eternals over this since March. I want to say this story arc started with the revamping of the Eternals. No. Don't frown yet, man. They've managed to make the Eternals relevant by leaning into parts of the lore that are
connected to mutants, obviously.
Yeah. And
they tried to do that with Inhumans. Remember that? I thought Inhumans was the next thing.
Yeah, but this landed much better because they broke out the big purple Ace of Spades himself, Thanos, and they tied him into his eternal heritage. And
why didn't the movie do that? By the way,
it's a good point. It's a good.
I was so sure that was going to come up at some point, and it's not even mentioned. Why would they not connect it to the greater MCU? You know what I mean?
No, you're exactly right. And here's the next thing: the latest villain that they introduced, which just came on and wrecked the planet of the safe haven. So there's a Krakoa, and I forget the other planet where mutants.
Krakoa has become a planet instead of an island.
No, it's still an island, and they have another. So it's two parallel places. But so the great grand uncle of Thanos has made his appearance, and the Eternals, the heretic. And I got to tell you, everything about this sounds like it should be cheesy, but it is so dope. And this character is so great, and I cannot pronounce his name. He went and wrecked shop on some mutants, and I don't want to give away too much because I want to continue to help comics grow. But I'll tell you this much, dude. This is an obscure character that appeared in a What If comic in the 80s, and due to some great writing and some rebranding and new illustration, he came back. And this guy basically, how they try to do that thing where it's like, I'm the ultimate badass, and Thanos, you are just
typical Marvel and Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you're the pale version of me.
In my house on Sunday nights, I dig it.
And listen, this guy basically shows up and says to Thanos, he's like, I heard you blinked out half of life. Why didn't you do the entire thing, child? And him and Thanos have this great dialogue back and forth where Thanos isn't diminished in the dialogue at all. In fact, his great granduncle, who he shows respect and says, no, you know what? I'm going to call you grandfather, great grandfather, respects Thanos so much by the end of this conversation. He's like, you know what? I like you. Here are the keys to my failsafe. Do with them as you may. Unfortunately, Thanos is not fully resurrected, and the story concludes with Thanos being betrayed by Druid, which sucks, but hey, they had to get back to the formula at some point. But we finally have an Omega, beyond Omega level, shout out to Rob from Comics Explained, threat in Marvel again that isn't Null, the King in Black, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this pans out. It's shaping up to be a great story. I know you don't believe it, but it's shaping up to be a great story.
For some reason, I want to point out, Jose says, I thought it would be about Fed raids, laugh out loud joke. Although we don't get political, we will not be talking about a certain president weaponizing law enforcement to destroy his political enemies and sully their name on the news and in public. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about his son, who most certainly is smoking boulders in a hotel room somewhere.
You know, he holds a world record, right?
Does he? What's the record?
Do you know this is true? This is true. Somebody pointed out they're going to put him in the Guinness Book of World Records. He has filmed the most amount of videos of a single man smoking crack. And that sounds like a joke, and it's true. It's true, but I'm not going to name the name of who it is, but most amount of crack videos from this one dude.
Dude, everyone should have something they're proud of. And to be able to look back and say, I've beaten out all the crackheads in Harlem, Compton, Detroit, Newark, New Jersey, Staten Island, Cleveland. That is a record, folks. You can take to the bank.
Are you ever on Twitter and you see a new picture of it? And I'm like, there's another picture of him smoking crack? Where are they getting that? They're all taking stills from all the videos he made on his laptop.
Look, Hunter Biden is showing people how to smoke the krills correctly, right? He's like, you got.
We all had it. We didn't know how to do it before he came along.
No. You thought Chris Rock in New Jack City was bad? Hunter Biden is the real Pookie. He's the real Pookie.
Manny says, "Yo, is watching a review of Black Panther. That's crazy." Yeah, right. Rogue Radio goes for it. She says Disney should let go of Marvel because they made all the heroes pussies.
Yes, 100%.
Blammo.
100%.
Mike has been dropped. We got some laughs. We've got #winning.
Yes.
I wonder what else was on the laptop.
There's no telling.
He probably broke a record for dick pics too, but we're never gonna see him.
No, I believe that was Anthony Weiner.
Oh, right. He went. Yeah, most amount of dick pics sent to a 15-year-old. Oh man, we're getting vicious tonight. The claws are coming out. Right?
We're going there. We're going there. It's been a few weeks.
So in terms of what you're talking about with acts and stuff, here's what I'm having a problem. Here's what I'm starting the problem with, particularly Marvel, but everyone attempts it. Marvel's ODing on it. I'm tired of them trying to make something that isn't a thing.
Okay.
Eternals is one. Miss Marvel is another. Inhumans back in the day was another.
Right.
You know when they're like, this is a shitty character, but we're going to make a movie out of him. And they're like, comics. Justify us making a movie. And they're like, I'm looking at him like, I'm not going to read this.
I know. You're a tough person, as you should be, to sell this to. What I am telling you, though, is that it's a good story. A lot of people didn't want to read Null, The King in Black, and that turned out to be one of the greatest epics told. A lot of people didn't want to read Thor, The Black Winter, right? Turned out to be amazing, right? They were like, oh, they're giving Galactus another revamp. Absolutely amazing. A lot of people didn't want to believe that Hunter Biden was out here looking like, what's the villain from Harry Potter when he blows the fire dragon out of his mouth? What's that?
Oh, right. Good old Harry.
Can I ask you a question, man? When the feds ran up in Trump's spot, why didn't they look in the grave?
That would have been the perfect place to hide something.
That's where it all is, man. It's all.
Oh, that's where the real stuff is.
It's with Ivanka, man.
He's got an actual nuke in there.
I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you right now. I love that the first thing out of Trump's mouth was, but Obama.
Oh man, it is on. It is on.
Obama's smoking a Newport, like, this ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, he's like, keep my name out your mouth. But it's funny that you brought up Potter, because another one of our topics actually has Harry Potter in it.
Okay.
Have you heard about what happened on Twitter?
No.
So J.K. Rowling has gotten blatant death threats, and they did nothing until it started trending that they're like, Twitter's doing nothing about it. And the first death threat that came out was from a hardcore Muslim.
What?
And people started making jokes. They started taking pictures of his profile, and they're like, yeah, like this guy cares about trans rights. But basically what it is what happened with, what's his name? Salman Rushdie?
Yeah.
That guy got stabbed.
Yeah.
For writing the Satanic Verses, a novel that is very critical of the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
And he even says, like, I think it implies that he was inspired by the devil to write the Quran.
Yes.
In the thing. So they've been angry for a while about this one.
Yeah.
They attempted to assassinate him. It's messed up. He lives. He's going to lose an eye. He got cut up real bad. And so J.K. Rowling on Twitter is like, this is horrible. This poor man. And then the random Arab guy goes, don't worry, you're next.
Ooh.
And then, no one's doing anything. People are talking about it, but the guy isn't not being penalized for over a day. And finally, she had to tweet at Twitter. She was like, hello, are you going to do anything about this? And, like, they were literally going to ignore it. We're at the point where they're allowing, like, unpopular celebrities can be threatened. Their lives can be threatened on Twitter now.
Yeah. I mean, it's finally getting to where I want it to be. It's Secret Wars, but in real life. We're in Battle World. This is what I've been fighting for this whole time.
I'm not about this life.
Manny says, Hunter trying to get to the anime world with the rocks.
My favorite of the videos is where he's arguing aggressively with an obvious girl who's obviously a hooker, over the price.
Woman of ill repute.
Woman of ill repute. We need to be respectful here. Sorry about that, guys. For the price of the crack she brought him. He's getting mad. He's like, no, it should be this amount. He's arguing with her, and for some reason he filmed it. Why is he filming that?
Because hipster's gonna hipster, man. You know how many times have you gone into Whole Foods and you've seen some hipster arguing about the price of kombucha?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? The haggling of kombucha prices makes the Brooklyn economy. But guys, I promise you, if I ever fall off the wagon and become a crackhead, I will film it all.
What do you mean fall off the wagon? Since he started in the building.
Fancy Star, yo, what up? I'm telling you, if I ever become a crackhead, I will say I've done a lot of grimy things in my life. That is not where I've ever fallen yet.
Right.
But it's on the cards on the table. Should I ever do that? I'm gonna try to go for Biden's record.
Bro, here's the thing, right? You got to go for meth, man. Right?
No, but I'm saying
stay up for days on end. Do it the right way.
No, but I'm trying to beat Hunter Biden's record of videos of a single man on.
No one can beat that record. He's inhuman. He's
probably still going, right?
He's a champion. I hear the Howard Cosell voice like, "This is the amazing attempt by Hunter Biden." You can't. You're not beating those numbers. You're not beating those numbers, man. Like, he's got enough money where he's just like, I start my stretching, then I usually get going with an 8-ball.
Yeah, right. Yo, Princess Bax, welcome in.
What up, my sister?
It's so funny. He's like doing yoga and he's taking a morning hit.
Bro. Oh, we're getting loose tonight.
We are definitely getting loose.
So forget about Axe. Forget about Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, but go check it out.
I will check it out. Absolutely.
Here's what we have. I hope you have the screen share queued up. Because here's
did you send it to me?
I sent it to you in Discord in the private message. A TikToker came out this week and has declared that if you call yourself an ally or an accomplice, I don't know what she meant by that.
An accomplice? That sounds so shady.
It sounds wrong. Of the Black community, if you're a white person, that you should not go see Black Panther opening night. In fact, you should buy a ticket for a poor Black family or a Black person that wants to see it, and then stand in front of the movie theater protecting people. But let her tell you.
Yo, it's this nonsense. Yo, oh my God. So I didn't know that's where they were going with it. I saw the hashtags and I was like, oh, whatever. But it's more of like, you need to give everything to a minority. It's utter nonsense.
It's amazing.
Is it listen to this weirdo?
It's amazing. All the greatest thinkers on TikTok for sure.
Oh, I'm saying, honestly, there will be nothing left of our society, and the only thing left is going to be TikTok, and aliens are going to find it, and they're going to be like, this was their culture.
Wipe them from the Jenna code.
So let's see what's going on here.
All right, TikTok, where all the dumb people are at. I was getting
he said
material over there, and someone shared this with me, and oh man, this is funny, man. Self-righteous these people are, but I can't really preface it. I'm just gonna show you the video. Of course, you're gonna have your thoughts. We're gonna watch it together, and we'll go from there.
Good point, man.
Emotional.
This message is to all our would-be accomplices and white allies. This message is to all the white people who have BLM in their bio. If you really want to prove to Black people that you love us and you care about us and you are down for the cause, do not go see that movie opening weekend. You buy your ticket, you give it to a Black person or a Black family who can't afford to go. And then you go sit at that theater in front of the doors. You make sure that every Black person in that theater can enjoy that movie in peace. You make sure that you use your body to block us from anybody who would be coming in that theater to do us harm. That is your job.
What?
You can go see it on another weekend. Go see it on the second or third weekend.
Who's coming to do harm on a Black Panther show?
To do anything other than this.
Oh, shout out to Ripper, Peeps, his new comic book company. Yes. All right, we don't have to shout out to Young Ripper. This is not his show. We don't have to let him talk.
Yeah. I've seen enough of his beard this week.
Shout out to Young Ripper in the Ripperverse.
Man, I love the man.
I'm waiting, and this is no fault to Ripper. I'm actually waiting for my order to come. It wasn't his fault. I put my order in, and my card that I used was the wrong virtual card. I used one of those anti-theft cards that's a fake card, and it kicked it back, and it was like, bah, 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 bah. So now I'm waiting for it to come. But
he had a whole bunch of things, particularly with PayPal, but I dig it. But remember, it's him and like two of his friends are literally personally packing up every order.
Yeah.
He's got millions of dollars worth of orders, and he's doing it himself. I respect that shit. But
Yeah,
so I would understand if it would take a long time,
and I'm willing to wait. You know what I'm saying? I was never one of those guys that put the bundle back in comic book stores, waiting for them to pick out your picks for the week or the month and like that. But I'm cool with it. Your initial thoughts on this? Let me let you go first.
Okay, so this isn't the first time such a silly thing has happened in general, but I think she went ham though.
Yes, yeah.
So like during the summer of love, if that's what they want to call it, when Black Lives Matter, really brought it to the streets, they originally right afterwards said if you're a real ally, you're going to leave in your will your property not to your white children, but to black people who have been.
Amen.
And there was that kind of crazy concept. Then what? There was a couple other things where they said that like white, if you're they were like literally on social media, like a black girl was like, she's like, if you're really an ally for the entirety of the summer, you will not post on TikTok. You will let black voices be heard. How? It is nonsense. It is utterly nonsense. For starters, let's face it, all these white allies, they don't know black people to give the tickets to. Straight up. So that doesn't make sense in the first place this time. What I'm saying, don't they think that they will continue to be good allies if they get to see a good movie?
Okay, first of all, Disney's going to have this woman ball gagged. And
it's going to ruin if people actually listen to this nonsense, they're going to ruin
the movie's not going to make any money. Here's the thing, right? One, you don't get to say who is anti-black. You don't have that type of power, right? You don't get to unanimously say that I am declaring you anti-black if you do this or that, right? Now, there are some baseline things, right? You can be considered anti-black if you're a part of the KKK, anti-black if you're one of these white militia groups or otherwise. Like, yeah, they fall into that realm. But to tell people they cannot support a movie that is beloved by billions, right? Then you're foolish. Now, I do want to send her TikTok to China, the only real anti-black, not Chinese people, but the Chinese.
Yeah, what are Chinese people going to do with that challenge?
The Chinese government that said, "Hey, we don't want to see all." Right.
Who are they going to send the ticket to, though?
Yeah, I have no idea.
The three black dudes who are in China right now.
I want you guys to know that Fanboy is consistent. Mantis and I will be outside of theaters looking for white people to give us free tickets to go see.
Oh, absolutely! Yeah, I better get my tan game up because they might question my blackness. I'm like, I'm half Haitian.
I'm a vouch for me and my mom. I'm a vouch for you. I'll be like, he's with me. He's one of us.
So, Bax brings up a important thing. How would you know who's going to do you harm? This is what's wrong with a certain demographic of people in this world who I rant and rave about all the time.
Oh, right.
They always assume some harm is going to be brought to them for having their opinions or doing whatever or saying whatever. They're like, I'm going to speak my mind, but I hope I don't get murdered for it. And I'm like, why would someone murder you? Why are leftists always scared someone's going to come murder them? To be honest, it's more likely that a leftist comes and kills a rightist than the other way around.
So here's one thing you have to embrace. Anyone that has ever considered themselves punk rock or anti-culture, counterculture, any of that thing, for you nowadays, being counterculture would actually be standing against this type of rhetoric, right? This woman, the sister, does not get to declare how people should maneuver in regards to this. In fact, this would not be something that Chadwick Boseman would endorse. I guarantee it.
No way he would be into this thing I did.
Listen, if you want to support black people, all you have to do is one thing, right? If you really, really want to support a movement or an altruistic movement, all you have to do is this one thing, right? Just educate yourself. Educate yourself on truth. I find that when you expose yourself to truth and historical facts, you'll know how to maneuver. And one thing you'll learn after doing that is popular media does not decide if you're a racist or not, if you're anti-black or not, right? That it's just a woefully ignorant statement to say that if you go see this movie opening night, you're anti-black. No, in fact, I would say that Black Panther, the comic, and now the movie transcends anything we would understand in those realms, right? Go enjoy this movie because it is going to be, I think, a beautiful attempt at a sequel for a beloved property, man.
Wait, let me ask you, wouldn't it be Dr. King's dream that white people go to the movies to uplift a black hero and say, this is our hero?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what is wrong with this chick. She's, I think she works for the man.
100%.
I think she is a secret plan for the man to try to fuck with people's heads.
100%.
I'm not gonna fall for it.
But here's the crazy thing about this, right? So whenever I look at things like red pill, blue pill, conservative, liberal, man, I want to give these guys and these women and these people strategic movement on how not to feed the rhetoric on the opposition side, right? When you make a video like this, do you not know that you are galvanizing people to understand, like, to a place where they're like, why do I have to listen to this shit? Who are you to tell me that? This was a bad move. Don't say this.
Why do leftists, here's what I don't understand. Why do leftists feel they can tell people what they can say or what they can do?
Yeah.
Why do they feel like they can dictate anything to me? They tell you what to say, and it starts with pronouns. It starts in a place of pronouns, and it mutates to other things. Where they're like, how dare you say, you can't say that? Well, for starters, I can say whatever the fuck I want. This is America. God bless America, right?
Bro, here's a good example, right? So I want to show people not how to be lukewarm in this situation, but how to just use discernment, right? There's a guy by the name of Officer Tate. I can't remember his name, but he covered this shit, right? Mm-hmm. And he came out and said some
Officer Tatum. I know that.
Officer Tatum. He came out and said some way out shit, right? But he usually does. That's his brand. That's what he does.
Yeah, he's a cop who defends. He's a black cop who defends cops. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He came out and said some things like, "Why does this woman look like?" I'm paraphrasing, but I think I'm pretty close to what he said. Why does this woman look like every crazy liberal black woman? She's got the uniform on, the nose ring, the dreadlocks, and all that stuff. That's idiotic, right? He's making a broad statement, a stroke to describe some things, just like this woman is doing. So I want to help you understand. Here's how you look at these things, my estimation, objectively. Are movies for one group of people?
No. If they're made smartly, they're not. I mean, they could be, but
this movie was made for everyone.
Yeah.
Beck says, I really wish she didn't say this because she's giving certain communities ammo for real.
Yes. This is gonna get people real started, right?
Oh, they're already having a field day with it. Beck says the Red Pill Ninjas are gonna have a field day with this one. They're already having a field day with this one. Already having a field day with it. This was idiotic. I wish I could speak to this sister like directly and just ask her, what was the point? Who are you to speak for everyone to say who's an ally and who's not, and who's anti-black or not?
And also, I just don't understand why they wouldn't want everyone to go see the movie. And is she just trying to be controversial? Is that what she's getting for views and clicks?
I think so.
I honestly, I'm gonna find the whitest family I can, and I'm gonna bring them to the movie. Now, I'm not gonna pay for them, but I'm gonna bring them. I don't care if it's like Hitler's secret love children or whatever. They're gonna be the whitest people ever. They're coming to that movie opening day with me.
So you're gonna go to the Mormon community? That's what you're saying?
Basically, I brought 5 white people with me to watch, and I'm gonna put a TikTok in it. Can they do is her duets open? I could do a duet with her. It'd be like, here's the 5 white people I brought to go watch the movie. And they loved it. I'm not gonna let them talk, but I'm gonna say they loved it.
Like, I found these 5 Vikings. I brought them in, and they enjoyed it.
Exactly. It's gonna be these shirtless animals. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. To be honest, I've been really down on MCU. I'm really excited about this movie, though.
Yeah, I think
let this woman ruin my joy.
Yeah, I think this movie's gonna be great, man. I'm not gonna allow, just like you, I'm not gonna allow any outside influences, man. Red pill, blue pill, conservative, liberal. This is comics. This is media, and I'm gonna go enjoy this movie for once without their rhetoric, right? Without any group telling me how I should look at this. And you know why? Because here's the thing. Fuck these people. Like, fuck these people.
I like I say that 5 times a day. I'm sorry, man. That's just where I'm at.
Fuck all of them. Fuck all of them when it comes to my comics and when it comes to my media. I don't want overly conservative voices in it. I don't want overly liberal voices in it. I want fucking entertainment. I want to dial out for a second, enjoy the world without any fucking commentary from these people.
So I'm going to say, and it's interesting that you say that, because we're talking about the ultra left and how they're ruining our movies, right? And I want to talk real quick about the ultra right.
Oh, got to talk about them. Talk about them.
So this has to do, and I don't think she's in here, but it has to do with Gray Winthrop.
Hold on for a second. Manny, yes, Fanboy will get you the fuck these people merch.
Yes. Yes. Here we go.
Who's coming at Gray Winthrop?
No, Gray Winthrop said to me that our last episode that our title was a little racy, and I was like, "What?" And I looked back, I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Well, it has the word woke in it." I said, "So?" And she's like, "It makes me think of these ultra right guys." It's like, come on, yo. We're not ultra right. She's like, "I know, but it invokes imagery of that." And I was like, and so here's the basic rundown. The extreme left want to say nonsense like this. They try to tell you what you can see and what you can't see, and that's insane. But the ultra right, I will say it is true. They use words like woke.
Okay.
It's woke or whatever to try to always shit on everything. Like I think there's certain channels, if you go to everything, they claim everything is woke. However, I don't think the phrase woke is necessarily wrong. I don't think it's polluted, but apparently it's giving people cringe vibes, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing. You need to understand the history, or allow me to use a word that's going to amaze you. The historicity.
Oh, breaking out that now you sound like a hotep. Using made-up words.
You got to go and look at what people seem to think woke is like a new thing, but it actually stems from something called knowledge of self, right? And being woke was merely meant at one time to be awakened to the fact of certain struggles, persecutions, etc., etc. And then it was weaponized by the right to describe a certain group of people who fit the bill, who have taken wokeness to...
Wait, I want to give pushback real quick because you're missing a step in it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, originally, just to the best of my understanding, the way I remember it, 2012, if I go by one of my brothers, they say stay woke. Word. Right?
Right.
By 2015, 2016, I saw a white woman say that to me. And I said, what? And what she said is, I said something that might have pursued as like macho. And she's like, well, that's not very woke of you. And I said, well, I don't see any black people around. What are you talking about? and what it is she was using woke to refer to herself. That was like a wokeness and woke black consciousness. Woke is a reference to that.
Right. Yeah,
and these white allies appropriated our term.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't want to put it all on just the white allies, right? We got rogue blacks out there that have just done things in the name of wokeness and being woke and being conscious that, if Cincy Star was up here right now, he would denounce these people, man. We got rogue conscious people. Here's the foundation of this thing, right? This woman does not get to declare anything on behalf of anyone, right? She doesn't get to declare anything in the name uniformly of black people. She does not have that authority. And this is funny because it goes into something that Abba and Preach were talking about in a recent video, where it's just, you can't take that type of license, right? This movie transcends all that nonsense. And you know why? Because it's an important movie. It's about a beloved character, man, and a beloved actor who's no longer with us. and we're all going to go see this movie, and we are not going to allow people to tell us how we should enjoy this medium. Fuck that shit. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, Ecuadorian, wherever you come from, man, go see the movie because
Everyone should see this. Everyone.
I think it's going to be a great movie, man. I think it's going to be a great movie. And I think it might, if we're listening to the bullshitters over at the DCEU, they think even DC, fucking Warner Discovery, thinks this is going to be the last great movie. Quote from the MCU.
Here's what it is. I wouldn't be surprised, but because DC's saying it, I need to not believe them because they're idiots. Mandy says the white liberal is the enemy of the Negro man. Quote Malcolm X. Yes, so Malcolm X referred to the white, the white liberal or the white ally as the fox, where the white supremacist is clearly a wolf that farmers would want to keep away from their livestock. The fox is usually a friendly creature. You're like, yeah, why don't I keep small rodents away? It's not a troublemaker. Let me keep them around. This is great. And they chill and they hang out. And after you feel comfortable, eventually they go and they grab a baby livestock and they run off in the woods.
They grab a hen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what he compared him to. And so.
And this is what I'm saying, man. But I think we can all agree there are certain things where we just want to keep politics out of it. And this is where red pill, blue pill talk becomes extremely dangerous, right? I'm convinced more now today than any other time that the people who are the hugest proponents of red pill and blue pill rhetoric are not people who actually believe these things, but are grifters that want to transmit this stuff into things that don't need it. Now, are there some useful tactics and some things you should know about red pill rhetoric? Yeah, I guess there's some good stuff in there. Are there some good things you should know from blue pill? Okay, maybe you can present some evidence. I haven't seen anything yet.
I would say that this woman not being no part of any pill right now is a grifter. This woman who said this statement that we are initially talking about is clearly a grifter. There's no way she believes that.
No. Maybe she does. That's the crazy thing. She might actually believe that she's saying something altruistic, that like this is the greatest good ever. I really do believe that some of these people really believe that they're like saying something that is going to benefit the world.
The older I get, the more Phantom Menace makes sense to me.
Okay, break it down.
And there's just and there's just one, that one part where he meets Jar Jar Binks, and he said, Qui-Gon goes, "Are you intelligent?" And he goes, "I speak." And he says, "The ability to speak does not make one intelligent."
Ooh.
And I've got to say that I'm shouting that out to this chick right here.
Right.
Just because she knows how to make a TikTok does not mean there's anything intelligent coming out that way.
In the immortal words of a character Dave Chappelle made up on his show, you better make your outside voice your inside voice. Not every thought needs to be given birth. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We're waxing philosophy tonight, folks. We use the word hysterosity. We're talking about Malcolm X.
That is intense, man. You learning words and shit. He's saying shit. I don't know what was happening.
Beck says, I really think she believes that she's saying something as well. It's a big glasses that give her power. It's the sister soldier.
I bet you she doesn't even need them. I bet they're just glass.
I don't even think there's glass in there.
If we were to poke, it would go right through it.
Man, all I'm saying is, man, so if we can just shift to some fanboy shit, right? And talk in regards to, I brought up briefly Warner Discovery saying that this is the last great outing from the MCU, right? Let's get off of the crazy.
Yeah, I think it's so funny that DC says that when they have not announced any movies. They clearly don't have a plan. It's here, the new guy's in here, and she's giving off big dick energy by firing people and canceling movies. But it's clear he does not know what his next step is. And yet he decides in the middle of not knowing shit to call out the biggest dick motherfucker in the room and saying, and another thing, he's garbage. No, I'm a hater of modern Marvel. I feel like it has been declining, but I could say I can't predict whether it's going to be good or bad. They could fix it. It seems like Kevin Feige wants to fix it. I'm not gonna promise you Black Panther will be the last great movie. But the fact that anyone said that's
bro. Black Panther is one of like 20 aces they have up their sleeve, and the greatest of the aces is like, oh, you don't like any of that? So here are the X-Men. Finally, we know we've called this multiple times.
When he runs out of ideas, X-Men come flying out.
I'm just gonna go down, but for these morons to say anything, but Warner Discovery believes that they are going to overtake the MCU with their new 10-year plan, which they're stealing from the MCU. So in 10 years, we can look to them overtaking. So I want to address that right out. If there is such a thing as superhero fatigue, what makes them think that they will not be victims of it, right? Why would in 10 years would people want to stick around for a property from a company that has failed multiple times? Now, I do think they've made some good moves by canceling Batgirl. Now, let me defend that stance, man. No one was excited for this. No one. Not one person.
What's funny is people like to complain because I noticed that all the people who used to complain suddenly are offended that it's canceled, and I'm like, you never like this. You just like to bitch.
Yeah.
You used to think it was some low budget bullshit, which it was, and it was clear it was low budget bullshit. It was clear no thought was put into it at all.
Bro, $90 million. Ask yourself this question: for people who want to make their money back on anything, how bad does something have to be where one guy in the room doesn't go, let's give it a chance? For them to say, no, we'll take the $90 million loss.
Well, you know my theory, right?
Lainey says Black Panther is going to be the most emotional and beautiful MCU puts out. I agree.
It's very possible. It is in the running to do that. I hope they don't fuck this up, but
yeah,
it definitely has it has all the pieces.
Also, I want to warn you folks. The new Black Panther has leaked online, so be careful of what Reddit forums.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
It leaked. Allegedly.
Wait, just the plot of the actual movie? Like people are watching the movie?
Like the actual Black Panther. Allegedly. No one knows for sure.
Okay, so you know my theory, right?
What's your theory?
You know what a cult is?
I'm building one. Yes, so I know what it is.
Okay, so the biggest, baddest cult in the world, well, it's Scientology. Oh. But after that, it's Latter-day Saints. But after that, it is Snyderverse people. The Snyderverse people are the third biggest cult in the world.
That's right.
And I believe in my heart of hearts, because I may or may not be a member of said cult, that David Zaslav is a member, and the reason he really wanted to get rid of Batgirl, because it's illogical to get rid of a movie that's finished, is that it contradicts directly to the Snyderverse, and he doesn't want that. So he's just getting rid of it.
All right, folks, get your tinfoil hat out. I didn't know we were going in this direction. Okay, give me more.
I wish I had tinfoil in here. So here's what it is. The Flash is supposed to rewrite the DCU, right? Mm-hmm. But check this out.
Okay.
It rewrites it, and at the end of the movie, when he gets back to his normal timeline, it's only in the last scene that he realizes his time has changed.
Okay.
All they have to do is get rid of that. And the movie's still salvageable, other than the fact that they have another cult using pedophile, murderer, psychopath who needs medication running it, and it's going to destroy the movie.
Is Ezra a murderer?
Nobody's threatening people all over the place with guns. He said he basically was like, if you guys come for me, I've got guns on my property. Come and get me.
He's going custard style.
Right, he's a psycho.
Okay.
And you know all the lefties who run Hollywood are like, well, that's not very liberal of you. Meanwhile, this entire time they didn't realize they were having dinner every night with a psychopath.
Yeah.
The guy's like telling me, he's like, I eat babies.
I'm not the first time. How many pictures of Weinstein are out there with Oprah?
With Oprah?
Yes. Not Weinstein. The other guy.
Epstein.
Yes.
No, but I'm just saying. Oprah?
Yeah, with Oprah.
Oprah.
Yeah, I guess her chakras weren't aligned.
But the point is, ultimately, I think that he got rid of that movie because here's what I'm saying, and that Batgirl is the movie after the Flash. So I think that what it is that is blatantly in the anti Snyderverse universe, and he was like, nope, because I think he's a secret member of the cult.
I'm gonna run with that for a little bit, right? So the official DCEU reboot, in my mind, surviving properties are going to be Aquaman.
What up, man?
It's going to be Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Right.
They can get Cavill back if he agrees to come back. It's going to be Cavill, Superman, but I don't think he's coming back.
Cavill's coming back for 5 more movies.
And it's most certainly going to be The Rock's Black Adam. And
there's no way they're getting rid of him. There's no way.
I believe that properties like the Joker, I don't know if they're going to bring emo Batman back. I don't know. But I think properties like the Joker, and it better not be a fucking musical. Properties like the Joker.
Well, the Joker is definitely going to be musical. They said it. They've stated it multiple
I'll be
times.
peeing on that theater. In fact, if they make that movie's anti-black, and I expect all my white friends to be out there supporting me when I'm peeing on the theater. And if you're not there with me, you're anti-black.
Yo, look what Matt says. Oh yeah, and where did all those girls from the school go when they got kidnapped? Oprah's school.
No, so it wasn't Oprah's school. It wasn't Oprah's school. It was actually Muslim. It was a Muslim community where these girls were abducted. But I got one better for you, Matt. What happened to all the, I can't say this word, but it starts with an M, charges against the teachers first year, Oprah's school? Look that one up. The young lady he's referring to, those young women, those were women who were abducted by a militia group.
Right.
And everyone was doing the hashtag bring our girls back. Never got them back.
Oh, right. Those dudes. The dudes who shot up that mall. Those guys are loose in Africa. They literally had an all-out shootout and like took over a mall at some point. They're pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Or Karam or whatever.
Yes.
Those guys are messed up. But the point is, I can't tell you who's secretly part of the Epstein Illuminati.
Okay.
So, I just feel we're going to get in trouble if we say who it is. And I'm not saying it's Hillary.
Listen.
But it's definitely Hillary.
It's Hillary. It's Beyonce. It's Trump. They're all sitting at the same corrupted table. In my mind. Yes. We need to break through. Man. All right.
What the fuck? They were making a Joker a musical though. Yeah, they are. Yes. Lady Gaga's already going to star in it. It's already confirmed. She's Harley Quinn.
It's the worst thing ever. No one asked for this. Don't tell me this is what we need. One of the girls got pregnant at the school. Yes, they did. Dude, come on, guys. 90% of celebrities are cultists and fully deranged. What do you think it takes to get invited to a spirit cooking party? Like, who's deciding to send those evites out? And why haven't you gotten one, Mantis? You strike me as a spirit cooking type of guy. I
have discovered that I'm too much of a loser to be invited into anything. So, I don't know. You think I'd be invited to one of these things, one of these events, one of these islands, one of these cults? I get nothing. That's why I have to make up my own cult. God damn it! What the fuck? I'm working all this time. I'm working my ass off. Nobody cares what I do. I'm wearing weird robes in public. I'm massaging kids like Biden.
Whoa.
I'm working really hard to get invited into the Hollywood elite. Nothing.
Listen, you got to be a boulder breaker like Hunter. Let's get on to the. We're at the.
Get on that crack, like you said. We got to get on that crack. Matt is not interested in a Joker musical. I can't imagine I would be either. Rogue says, "God, know where the hell is Margot Robbie?"
Bro, can you go down to
where
34's comment?
Manny, God damn it! Why do the elites get all the girls for themselves? Because they're sex slaves, bro. Because they're sex slaves. That's the answer.
Oh shit! Ezra Miller is. Oh, never mind. Let me know.
Yeah, I just want to make it very clear that I'm trying to join these cults, but not because I'm like a pervert. I want to leg up in the world because these people get free money and free jobs and stuff.
What? A leg up, free money, free jobs. That all sounds perverted. Here in this great country of capitalism, no one gets a leg up. Everyone starts at the same starting point. You hear me? All right? You let that communist bullshit go.
Anyway, if you're a fan of Fanboy Modeling School and you know how to get me into this Hollywood cult, call the Fat Mantis. Call me.
One day we're gonna be doing the show, and someone with a pink bag is gonna put that shit right over your head.
It's only a matter of time before we run into any psycho, whether it's this episode or any other one. Am I right?
It's
So,
true.
yo, do you know on YouTube all these animated? This guy who animates like people's true horror stories.
Mhm. No.
This guy, there's a dude who like his entire. I don't even know what his channel's called, but I keep watching them. He animates like he's like people will take a crazy ride and they'll meet like a weirdo, out on the street, and then he'll animate it for them, just as like a scary story. And I've been watching this, and it's really been messing up my sleep, and it makes me realize that none of us are safe, and that around every corner is a stalker, crazy person who's out to get us.
This is really taking an interesting turn.
Have you not thought about this, bro?
No, man, I will put hands on anyone that shows up for me and mine. We got legal guns up in the Hold Up TV household.
Okay, can I tell a real quick one that no one could have possibly predicted?
Okay,
Yeah, he loves that channel. Yo, so a couple is driving through I believe it's like western Washington State. And it's a nightfall or whatever. And while they're driving, they stop off and they see a cop or whatever. And the cops have said cars have been vanishing, or not cars. Cars have been turning up. The drivers have been missing the last couple of days. Be on the lookout. Remember to call. Blah blah blah. All this stuff, right? Okay. These people continue to drive, and suddenly on the street, like this far off, they're driving, and there's just a group of people holding hands in the middle of the road.
Nice.
Come out of the darkness, they see them and they're like, "What the fuck?" And they stop it. And when they stop it, people come out of the woods and try to yank them from their car. And he just hit it reverse and he got the hell out of there. And then he called, and then a couple days later, they found the bodies of the other people. And this is what these people have been doing.
Oh man.
They would stop. They would have a bunch of people, like a chain of people on the street. People would be stupid enough to stop. I might keep going. I'd hit people.
Yeah, no. See, you called it. Your boy Steve is like, oh shit, there's 14 people holding hands in the road. I'm plowing through all 14 of them. I'm like,
you ain't shit to me, man. We gotta get home.
I'm gonna get away. Yo, it's funny you bring that up because tonight when I was coming home from work, I typically go right to go over the mountain and then get back to my house. There was a bad accident, so I had to go left. Right, I'm used to going right because I get cell service back at this certain point in my roundabout. But I had to go left because of the bad accident, and I realized something. There was no cell service for like 20 minutes. There was no one else on the road, and no one else went right. They all turned back around and went back the way we all came from the roundabout. But
you're stubborn, so you kept going.
Yes, I kept going, and when I was driving, I was like, "Holy shit, this could end really bad for you."
It's going to end really, really bad. Is this around Bear Mountain? Is this Bear Mountain right now?
Bear Mountain. So you know how when you're coming off of the Palisades on Bear Mountain, you go, you make right and you go back.
And that area is real rural.
Bro, if you go right, go past Target, all the good stuff. I went left and I went past 7 lakes. And there's 7 of them. They all have creepy names. When I was driving, I really thought about, and I want you to take this home with you. I'm the nigga that survives the horror movie. You know why? I'm running everybody over. You jump in front of my car talking about, hey, we got a flat tire. Bam! I'm going to make it. Make it, bro. If I was in the Blair Witch, the only way they would have found my body was an arm reaching out. Like, it's clear through forensic science that this man died running. He died running.
You halfway through a lot of these stories, I don't even understand why people do it. Like, for instance, they were telling stories of Facebook stories, like scary Facebook stories. Guess what they're all about?
Okay.
Facebook Marketplace.
Oh,
And I would never fucking meet someone on Facebook Marketplace. That's why. But for some reason, people are like, let me go buy a car on Facebook Marketplace. And the guy's like, yeah, come to this area. And it's an abandoned gas station.
bro, I got to tell you, Mrs. Holdup does a lot of Facebook Marketplace, but I'm usually the one that makes the runs. But there was one weird situation where she kept scheduling with these people. And every time I went, they would never show.
When you were there.
Right, 3 times they canceled, like, oh, we can't make it. And then I hit it on the 3rd time. I was like, do me a favor, block them on Facebook, report the page. I guarantee they were up to something, and they were waiting for you to show up.
Yeah,
like
they were waiting for her to show up alone.
Yeah.
They're probably in the distance seeing, and they're like, oh, she's with a man, fuck this.
I want to give a big shout out to BTS, Brooklyn Terror Squad, Bomb the System, teaching me to be paranoid all the time.
All the time. Keep your guard up, even when you're at a party. They're all trying to run your pockets. Everyone's trying. And if someone offers you anything, do not trust it. They're trying to rob you. I feel that. Vaxus, why are you driving someplace called Bear Mountain?
It's the only way for me to get home, Bex.
Yeah.
I mean, I could stay on the freeway. There's a toll, though. It's $1.50 toll. It's my life or pay $1.50.
I want to give a high five to one of the anonymous characters in one of these things, because she went on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy's like, she comes to a guy, and the guy's like all like weird looking and like dirty and stuff, and she's just like, and he's like, the items right here, and he takes her to a back shed, and he opens up the back shed, and it's stairs going downwards, and it's dark, and he starts walking, and he goes, follow me, and the girl like thinks for a second, and the girl decides to run into the woods. She said, I was so scared, I just ran into the woods. I didn't even answer him. I just said, fuck that. And I said, yes! Go down there.
Yeah, I would kick him in the, oh yeah, I got you. You go down first. Kicked him in the back of the head, closed the shed door. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not meaning anyone.
This is a great movie with 2 actors who I don't remember their names, but you'll know them. The actor that played what is his name? Bishop in Aliens. What's the android's name in Aliens?
Oh, Bishop. Yeah, Bishop.
Okay, played Bishop in Alien. And then the guy who played it's 2 obscure movies. Played the mobster in The Dark Knight Rises that Batman drops and he breaks both his knees.
Oh, okay.
They're in the movie together. That is so great, and they take one of the greatest stories ever told about 2 urban legends. You know, the hitchhiker that might murder you, right? Or the guy who picks you up that might murder you. And it is the greatest B film ever made. And it taught me one thing. I'm not getting in anyone's car, and I'm not picking anyone up. You're on the side of the road. I'm driving through California. Guess where you're going to stay? The side of the road.
Yo, let's talk about survival tips, yo. Yeah, excellent. Yo, never go to a second location with people.
No.
You meet people at a party and they're like, yo, we're going to this other place. Why don't you come through? We got drugs or whatever. Don't do it.
We're being hypocrites. We used to roll 11 deep, and we were the villains in most of these stories. Like, oh, you got another party you're going to? Can I bring my buddies?
Oh my god! And they didn't realize they let the locust in. The locust coming in and taking your field, bro. That's what I'm saying. Don't ever do second locations.
No.
Don't do any of this Craigslist. Don't meet up with anybody. Fuck that shit.
There's only a few things at second location: swingers, murderers, and deviants.
Nothing good. Nothing
Man
good.
has a few stories with you. You are the type of guy that swingers are always trying to abduct.
Swingers are always trying to get with me. It's so annoying. You'll be minding your business at a coffee shop, and next thing you know, swingers are taking you back to their place. And you know, before you realize, I'm mad naive, so I'm just like, wait, what's happening?
36 times, and Mantis is still naive.
Get to their house and like they're taking their clothes off. And I'm like, wait. You guys said you had a trampoline. You please, guys, do not follow any of these things.
Ever since there was the Craigslist killer back in the day.
Oh, there was a Craigslist killer, yeah.
My biggest fear is getting in my own car and someone in my backseat, yet I still don't lock my doors. Man, Lainey, that gets a very big nope.
I cannot believe you just said that, Lainey. You don't lock your car doors?
Matt, you are always a black belt. Yes, Nature of the Beast. Go watch that film, man. I'm not saying it should have won an award, but it is truly one
Yo,
of the
how does Matt know this? You could say anything. You're like, the movie with the guy with the face. It's like, yo, and he names it.
Yo, that's because me and Matt are cut from the same cloth. We've apparently watched every obscure. Wait, Matt, have you seen Grizzly Man? Let me know if you've seen Grizzly Man.
I've seen that. He's definitely seen that. Matt's seen it.
A lot of people haven't seen that documentary. A lot of people haven't seen it.
Yo, that's the thing. No, was it Grizzly Man? Actually, they're both about idiots. Grizzly Man and Into the Wild are about the two biggest idiots in the world. Do not ever. Here's what it is. Unless you are trained by fucking the Punisher, Frank Castle, you can't survive in the wilderness. Don't think you can, and don't go do it. Certainly don't do it to impress people.
I'm going to ask you a question, Mantis. Have you seen the Blair Witch soft reboot movie?
No.
Okay, so this
Book
movie
of Shadows, right?
Yes. No, not Book of Shadows. Not that bullshit. This movie, this is the one that came out recently, like in the 2000s.
They made a reboot. Oh.
So it's a soft reboot, right? So it's the brother of Heather, right? And he wants to go find his sister. He brings a few friends with him. They bring a drone, and it proved one thing to me: the rules that the people died in the first movie, you're gonna die worse in the reboot. Don't go looking for the characters in the soft reboot. That's all I'm saying. If you haven't seen the movie yet, because at one point I kind of realized, I was like, oh, they really expanded on the lore. But then I was like, wait.
Yeah, Matt. That's it.
Yeah, Matt. That's it. Yes.
Yo, it's the guy. It's a documentary series. It's a documentary that the guy made his own documentary. He's like, I'm living amongst the bears, and he lives amongst the bears, and it does seem like they trust him. In the end, they just eat him, and he's on camera getting eaten.
Not on camera, and they never released the audio.
They don't release that part, but
I think it leaked for a little while, and they pulled it. Here's the greatest thing. You know what was in the movie? Potentially was the bear that ate him. Towards the end of the documentary, there's a bear who had not eaten enough food to survive the winter, and he's filming it. But prior to that, he's so disheartened by the fact that he didn't have that great of a year. I can't remember exactly, but he's filming this bear that's swimming around in water. And he's like, oh, this is so beautiful. But the bear is starving. So it's trying to get to a dead fish carcass. And then we get a shot of that same bear chilling in the background. And he's like, oh, look at this bear. He didn't realize that the bear was stalking him and wasn't necessarily in the place where it's like, well, I need to eat you today. But the audio says that the bear ate him and his girlfriend, and the autopsy proves that as well.
Yeah. But getting back onto
we're everywhere. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I've been having fun. I've been having a good time. But I see that the embargo has been lifted on She-Hulk. People are talking about She-Hulk online as we speak, and it was one of the topics for tonight. Yeah. And so, did you hear that they actually said that She-Hulk's greatest villains in this season are going to be incels?
I'm not mad at it.
Are they trying too hard?
Are they being tryhards? No,
yeah.
But one of the things I heard was it wasn't horrible. Like, people were saying that it's, people who claim to have had access to it, saying it was pretty good fun.
I'm gonna check it out. Don't get me wrong. Trust me, I'm really in it for Daredevil, but I'll check it out. Matt says, what do you think of them alluding to the idea that Blair Witch is an alien? I've never actually. Is that what they do? Yeah.
I'm into this, Matt. I'm not into that theory, but yes, I've heard this. I'm not into that part. I'm up to speed, I should say. I really do believe that the Blair Witch is a multiverse level threat. There's a point in the new Blair Witch movie, Mantis, where characters leave for an hour, but when they come back, they've aged over 7 days.
They should have a Blair Witch versus Thanos movie.
What? Let me ask you a question. Thanos, Piccolo, most evil black man in the intergalactic universe. You're
evil. Even though in the original Dragon Ball he was referred to as the Demon King Piccolo, I feel that's some sort of
There's only one
black statement. Or something.
There's only one Demon King in fucking Dragon Ball, and that's clearly Mr. Popo.
Oh,
Right?
okay. But I know basically it's blasphemy to say that Thanos would lose to anybody, but I'm such a huge Piccolo fan. Piccolo.
What?
I'll put Piccolo over anybody.
He's the angriest black green man ever. I'm there with you. She-Hulk, I'm gonna tune in. I'm not mad that it's incels. You don't like incels, so why would this bother you?
So here's what I'm starting to get like tired of. I'm tired of them trying. Here's what it is. I feel like they're trying too hard to put modern day phenomenon into these shows and movies. And I'm like, just give me a villain.
Okay.
Yeah, just give me a villain without some sort of political or some other statement. You know what I'm saying? They're like, these characters, these villains are going to be metaphor for white supremacists. I'm like, don't do that. Just make them villains. You know what I mean? It always comes off so stupid.
Let me ask you.
I can't wait to see how they're basically Frogman and the others are incels in this.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Would you be okay with that with the Punisher? Like, did you see Punisher season 2 on Netflix by any chance?
Season 2? I saw one season. There's 2 seasons?
Yeah, there's 2 seasons, bro.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't. I don't think I saw a second season. I remember there being one.
Well, okay. Well, the first season is him, going up against Jigsaw. You saw that season, right? All right. So that season, I shouldn't say season 2. No, the first season is his backstory, basically leading, and he makes Jigsaw. The second season is basically where a bunch of Fallout shit. But there's one episode in one of those 2 seasons where he goes up against a kid who is basically, I don't want to call him an incel, but he is representation of someone that just went rogue, no pun intended, and started doing Punisher-esque things.
Right. Some kid who went nuts.
Yeah. Did you remember that episode?
I do.
Your thoughts?
I guess I didn't hate it.
No, so that would be contrary to what you're saying right now.
Yeah. No, but you're making me think about it. I wasn't thinking about that before.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess I didn't hate that.
Okay. You just don't want to see a bunch of indoor kids running around fighting She-Hulk.
These poor incels get shit on so much. They're just gonna go out and kill more. You realize that their one crime is not getting laid. Poor fucking bastard.
Poor
you know what I'm saying?
eating bastard.
We should pity these guys.
I just want to acknowledge Manny's statement. Yes, that would be a good fight, Manny. Unfortunately, we got to think about which Thanos we're talking about. Thanos proper in the comic books, he's only beaten by poor writing. That's the only way you can beat Thanos is poor writing. Matt says, yeah, She-Hulk is going to suck if that's the case.
Here's what it is. I have to give it a shot. I can't keep boycotting Marvel.
Long-time She-Hulk fetish.
I love She-Hulk's like my
Let me ask you a question.
That would be my woman right there. That would be my ultimate woman. 7 foot tall.
Woke? Are you truly woke? Do you like feminine, muscular She-Hulk, or do you like ultra muscular She-Hulk?
Oh fuck that! Not ultra. I like fitness She-Hulk. I don't want to see her looking like a man, baby. It's not a woman at all. That's a man, baby. So, no, I do not want to see that on my She-Hulk. I'm saying I want 90s and early 2000s She-Hulk where she's just super fit and 7 foot tall and beautiful.
Right.
I'd let her toss me around in bed. Yeah. I know you didn't ask. Like, yeah, that's what I'm going for. Yeah, right, there we go.
Oh my God, J.K. Rowling. So what's going on there, man?
I mean, they threatened her life.
Okay.
They threatened that poor woman, that poor sweet woman's life, who never hurt anybody. and it took them forever to get the person offline. And I don't know what's going on. And like, no one's safe anymore. We just live in a cesspool, man.
One of the last episodes of I guess we can agree on that. I had made a statement where people don't have the gall to call out a certain religious group. And I think this falls in line with that, but it's because there are real consequences, right? If you draw a picture of the Prophet Muhammad, there are consequences.
Yeah, like I think it was Thebdo, right? In France, they shot up he's a cartoonist who drew him once, and then they shot up his whole place. Like,
there are consequences. Some people mean the things they say, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people mean what they're saying. They're like, don't do it, or they, you know.
So I shouldn't make a Muhammad joke right now.
No. no, definitely not. No. So let me ask you a question. J.K. Rowling, your thoughts, right? She's been going through a lot lately. Obviously, she's been canceled multiple times, resurrected from cancellation. You know, I think her and Dave Chappelle are neck to neck right now in regards to coming back from being canceled. What is the next move for J.K. Rowling? Because she wasn't invited to the anniversary party over on HBO Max.
I got news for you. Wow. Every time they make a show or mention it or do anything with it, she gets a fat paycheck.
I know, but
she's good.
Or does she need the public notoriety? Does she want to have cheese and crackers with these people?
I think deep down inside she does. I feel like the reason she's staying on Twitter is to be a tough woman, but also deep down inside she wants that love. She yearns for that love like a narcissist, and I love her, and she's a beautiful charm. Like, she is a national treasure, and it's funny she's not even from our nation, but we should just import her to America and make her American.
How long you been on her payroll, man?
I'm like in love with that woman.
Really? Are you physically attracted to J.K. Rowling?
Okay, so I'll tell you, for many, many years, I did not know what she looked like. And it was like, I think last year I saw a picture of her, and I said, that's the woman who wrote Harry Potter. I swear to God, I thought the woman who did Harry Potter was like old and busted and had a hunch.
You thought she was Anne Rice, basically.
Yeah, I thought she was an old busted chick.
Rest in peace.
And I was like, well, that's a writer I can get down with. So I do like her, but also, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she's being bullied for the wrong fucking reasons. Fuck all that, and I have her back. You know. What about you? What are your thoughts on her and this whole first time she got canceled? Everything going on?
Well, you know, can't talk about it, right? Can't go too deep into it because.
Are you worried about getting canceled?
No, I'm worried about you getting canceled. I'm independently wealthy. I don't worry about these things anymore. But in regards to being threatened, I don't think anyone should be threatened in the public space, public sphere, Twitter, Facebook, or otherwise for their statements, right? I mean, there's some people where it's like, hey, you said enough, where it's like, you got an ass whooping coming. I don't think she's ever reached that point. This is a little bit different, though, because when you're talking about, I'm going to choose my words very, very carefully. When you're talking about Islam and the representation of the Prophet Muhammad, and when you're talking about the belief structure of Islam, there are consequences. And if you're not willing to do it in a respectful manner, you should not wade in these waters. Now, do I think that she stepped over a line? No. Do I think there are people who are out there in the fringes who would do her harm? Yes. So I think J.K. Rowling needs to be very careful, because you're not dealing with one community. You're dealing with another community. And in this community, there are consequences for your words. And I think that's something that people forget sometimes. There are consequences for certain groups. There is a response, whether it be physical or not. And you should be aware of that before you.
So I would, my counter argument is, if that is the attitude that these people have, my thing is that we should meet them with like even worse physical confrontation. So
here's the thing. I would agree with you. So this is where we go a little bit deeper into my belief structure, right? You got the balls to say it. You got to have the balls to back it up, right? And I think that if they come with a certain type of energy, you know me, let's meet them with that same energy.
Yeah, let's do
it. Let's meet them with that same energy. But I don't think J.K. Rowling met them with any energy at all.
Right. She was feeling sympathy for that dude who was stabbed. And then they're like, we're going to get you too, bitch. And I'm like, well, where the fuck does it end? Why is this going on? You know what I'm saying? And
Here's the thing, right? So I want to go back to Sister Soldier. I guarantee that woman does not have the balls to say that to that community.
No, she does not.
I guarantee she would never say anything about the transatlantic slave trade. It's prequel regarding not all, but some of that community. She wouldn't say it. She wouldn't say it. So J.K. Rowling gets a pass for me. She gets a pass, like
right.
I think that maybe sometimes she should, stick to the tea and crumpets. Every time she has a thought, maybe shove some crumpets in her mouth.
No, I want her to talk forever. She's amazing. I would be fine deporting every Middle Eastern in the Western civilization back to the shithole that they call a home. If their attitude is we're going to stab your authors for having freedom of speech. If their ideas do not align with Western civilization, then fuck you. Go back to the desert you came from. That would be my
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
If literally their argument is, well, there's consequences for talking about for writing about the Prophet Muhammad. Not in America. America's a land of freedom of speech. So fuck that. That's the pushback I'm giving.
Something to keep in consideration. Used to be consequences for talking about Jesus.
I mean, not like that. People didn't, if someone's going and stabbing someone,
something
where and when?
Depending on what people group you were, you say something about white Jesus. You
right, I'm saying, but that is not like state sponsored or look the other way or whatever. That's some fucked up shit.
Well, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Let's get back to you and J.K. Rowling. How long you been on
Like I said, I've only seen her picture a year ago, and I was like, that's a woman I will defend.
Well, prior to that, you're like, leave her to her fate.
Well, she's British. Another thing is, I don't back up British people. I'm just like, whatever.
Right.
British people are idiots, but I'll make an excuse for her.
Are you
honestly, seriously, if we're gonna get real serious, she is such a sweetheart. She gives to so many charities. She looks at, I remember she did this like drawing contest of characters, and like she was just responding to all the kids sending her drawing contests. And I think she's a sweet woman,
Right.
I don't think she deserves the madness that's going on.
So here's the thing, man, right? Would I punch a jihadi in the face? Yes. Yes. Without a shadow of a doubt. If you stood up and said you're about to do something, you're catching one right to the chin. J.K. Rowling did nothing wrong. All she did was say this was horrible. She didn't do anything wrong, bro.
Right. Matt says I give J.K. Rowling a little bit of the expecto patronum. She probably gets jokes like that all the time. People,
the question is she into it?
People just talking to her speaking Latin all the time with a bond, and they're like, "Hey,
what happened?" Yeah, we had done so well. We weren't political for so long.
Oh, we got real political for a second there.
we were so.
The truth is that me and you are political animals, and we can't help it.
Yeah, Well, there are people from my work in here right now, so I'm like, Well, let me just say it. J.K. Rowling.
Wait, there are people from your work here?
Yeah, J.K. Rowling.
Oh, I'm gonna chill then. I'm sorry.
No, here's the thing, man. If I'm being objective, and I'll stand by this, whether there are people from my work or not, J.K. Rowling didn't do anything wrong, right? If we're looking at it objectively, all she said was, this was horrible. What happened to this person, right? They should not be brutalized. I do not believe people should be brutalized for their statements, right? I do believe there should be consequences, but not physical, in the point of where they're being harmed or beaten or stabbed or anything like that. But you do have to take, the weight of what you say, right? And so this is my promise to you, Mantis. If you ever say anything about the Prophet Muhammad, I'm going to stand by your side.
Thank you. And so I will say this, though. I know how people feel about it, so I wouldn't say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? I would personally not. The problem I'm having right now is some other dude said something, and that's fucked up. Whatever what happened with them, but then because she's showing sympathy to this dude, she gets targeted. I'm like that. So you can't even say poor bastard, and then I get stabbed too. That's where I'm like, fuck that.
These is hood rules, man. You know
Yeah,
this. That's hood
You
rules.
can't show sympathy to a motherfucker who got stabbed. He's gonna lose an eye. Damn, yo.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened to that one reporter that got, murked by a certain.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's friends. Because
Wait,
people are saying
the
like
same guy who got killed by the Saudi prince. Oh,
yeah, no, but they're saying that Joe Biden last time he had to meet up with him, he gave him a fist bump.
oh hell no.
He gave him a fist bump. People were like, "Yo, Joe Biden."
There's a few people I would not take fist bumps from: Joe Biden, O.J. Simpson, and Chris Tucker. I'm like, anything that happens after this, it's gonna be bad.
I'm down with that. I like that list that you just came up with. Bex says Harry Potter themed jokes are top tier. Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
And so let me ask you. Well, we've talked about a lot of race stuff tonight.
Oh boy.
There's a new race thing going on. It's not as spicy as our last one though.
Okay.
So Golden Globes are back. They've only been
Golden
missing
Globes
for a
back.
year.
Okay.
So remember, Golden Globes was not only notoriously hyper white in all their nominations and winners,
Right.
but they were caught bribing. They were expecting bribes from actors and all these things, and they got basically canceled to the point where like no TV network would work with them. And they're like, we're not having the Golden Globes anymore. Fuck these guys are corrupt.
Okay.
Right. One of the main things was because Golden Globes is entirely too white. They'd be dissing actors and directors of color all the time. Now only missing 1 year, they're now back this year.
Okay.
I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so let's look at the historicity. Are the Golden Globes actually #too white?
I mean, I would say they're too white, but you're right. That's subjective, right?
Yeah, I would.
Whether someone is good and deserves an award is subjective. So how do we know how do we know they're really skipping over the lines?
Okay, listen. If you're Jada Pinkett and you're saying #Oscars too white, #Golden Globes too white, no one asked you. You're not invited. So we can't rely on your word.
She doesn't do anything. I don't know why she still has hashtagging powers. Her show is on Facebook. You know your life is over when your show is on Facebook.
Listen, she does great numbers on Facebook.
She's holding Facebook video up.
I'm for is it good, right? While being pro for my people and pro people in general, I live by this. Is it good? What is the expectation? Because something proclaims itself to be inclusive and black, do I have to watch it if it's not good? Right? No, you
like the Grammys or something, right? Like,
yeah, fuck the Grammys, fuck BET, fuck all that shit. If it ain't good, then I don't need to tune in. But if it's quality and you're not watching,
it's Tyler Perry show, you don't have to watch. It's such a low quality garbage.
Fuck Tyler Perry. Even though there was one Medea scene in the movie where like they were smoking weed, I thought that shit was ingenious. No, I mean, fuck the Golden Globes. I don't watch that shit. Do you watch that shit? Do you care about that?
I used to, but no, I do think at this point I hate all award ceremonies, and it's not because of like too white, too black, or whatever. It's just at this point I'm like, I don't care. I don't watch half these things. Arms is saying Golden Globes are brought and paid for shit like Emily in Paris. You know that show, right?
Yeah.
One only because they paid for the Hollywood Foreign Press to fly them to France and wined and dine them. That's horrible. That is a horrible show. Well, so you see, that's an example of like what the fuck. Yeah,
you get greased up. You know, if I had a little juice in life, you get greased up a little bit.
Although I don't know if you knew this about me. I'm a big
supporter of the French. I knew that. I knew you were a big supporter of the French.
No, not just the French, of bribery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it's very important that we bribe people.
Yeah, today, I was just talking about the importance of tapping in. Listen, your promise from your Uncle Steve the curmudgeon, no matter what city Mantis and I go to, whether he agrees with it or not, local thugs, you get exactly $1 from me. because that's as much as I'm tapping in with you guys.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. That's reasonable.
Dollar.
The guy who runs the street, he gets at least $1 when people from the suburbs.
And I'm not paying you thugs. I'm not paying you boys. I'll give you the tap-in rate.
It was when I used to work at Target, and like I would be like, "Oh, let me check in the back." And the first time I got a tip for it, I thought to myself, "Why do I do this for anyone else? I should wait to get a tip first." You know what I say? I'll be like, "Oh, you need this exact model in a size 13.5," and they're like, "Yeah," and I go. And I'm just staring at them.
And this is why Target's at the brink of going out of business because the motherfuckers like.
But I'm saying, why should anyone go out of their trouble for anyone unless they're getting a tip? It makes sense.
Well, I don't know, man.
And that's why I completely. Here's what I'm saying. I understand why the politicians of Florida are so pissed at Disney when Disney is like, we're gonna stop paying any politician monies, and then they were like,
what?
You? And they're like, we give you special tax, exemption.
You're basically a country.
Yeah, you want freedom to do what you want. You better pay your bribe, son. You better pay your bribe. So I'm actually very pro bribe. That's how the world should work. Bribes.
I get you.
It's all
Do you give the people at Popeyes a little extra to make sure your chicken's crispy?
Yeah, I would do something like that. Yeah. Are you know how people were fighting over chicken sandwiches?
Yeah.
Like I'd skip the line real quick and be like, slide the girl thing and like make sure there's one. I'm number 6 in line, and then go back to place. I totally tip people to go in the back and get stuff. Makes total sense because they don't have to. There's no policy that says you have to. So why do it?
Yeah, you gotta grease palms, man. Golden Globes, no one cares. It's a dying form of medium, just like the Breakfast Club. Shout out to Charlamagne, DJ Envy.
What's going on with that?
Angela Yee is out, my guy. She's out.
Are they dissolving it, or it's just?
No, they're gonna bring on someone else. On someone else. Everyone knows, and when I say everyone, let me just speak on my own behalf. We all know that it's the Charlamagne show, right? Most people tune in.
At this point, it is, but I'm saying it has a long legacy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always, but it nowadays is. Absolutely.
Yeah, Charlamagne by far is. You either show up to agree with him or disagree. And it depends on what Popeyes.
Disagree with him and then get shut down and never be invited back.
Listen, there's a Popeyes. Oh, I'm sorry. No, let's take it to Popeyes' only real competitor, not Kentucky Fried Chicken. Churches. If you're from the great state of California, and more importantly, the county of Los Angeles, there's a church.
What is it called?
Church's Chicken.
Church like a church?
Yeah, it's Church's Chicken. This is the best chicken.
I didn't even know this.
It's like White House. It's like White Castle in the hood.
Like chicken.
Yeah, it's dangerous. There's no doubt about it. Wherever there's a Church's Chicken, the crime rate is up.
Wow.
You never had Church's Chicken before?
I've never been to that coast. I've never been to that side of the country.
Oh my God, we gotta get you some Churches.
I got that. What about Kennedy Fried Chicken?
Oh, Kennedy's my shit.
I love Kennedy Fried Chicken.
I want to bring everyone to a story of my bachelor party where Mantis and a few of my groomsmen nearly got me shot at a fucking White Castles in fucking Brooklyn. I'll never forgive you guys for that shit. I'm like, those fools were strapped. And you guys are all like, it's good. You're overreacting. I'm like, these fools are strapped. We are the definition of lacking right now, man.
Yeah, no, we needed our White Castle, man. We were starving. It was a long ass day.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, what just happened down here? Well, first there's one church in DC. Okay, yeah, no, I need to check that out. But look, Matt says Brooklyn.
I agree, Matt. Brooklyn is gross. Thank you, Matt.
Well, it is now that it's gentrified. But before that,
let's keep it a buck. It was horrible before that. Now it's my
It had character, though. It had character. Yeah.
Oh my.
For those of you who don't know, I'm actually from Brooklyn.
Matt says, I love church chicken. Remember Free Chicken Day? They shut that down. Matt, Matt, are you my clone pretending to be someone? I'm starting to think you're my doppelganger. Church's Chicken is amazing. But to the original point about the fucking Golden Globes, here's the real question. Is it relevant? Does it have to do things to remain relevant? I think the Oscars, Golden Globes, and Grammy, they're losing steam to things like People's Choice, MTV. You know, why does the committee get to decide what's best?
Right. And so here's the thing. I will say this. Academy Awards were always like, they're corrupt. They're so corrupt. They're so fucked up. There's hundreds of people who can vote for an Academy Award.
Right.
A Golden Globe, there's only 88.
Ooh.
Yeah, those are elite.
Stands for
what? Is this a white supremacist thing?
Yes.
Oh, 88. Is that Hail Hitler shit?
Yes.
What the? How did we not notice that before? Holy
It's called 88.
Holy shit. You know, usually when people say something's right, they're like, they're a secret racist organization. I'm like, sure thing, Grandma. But this is pretty undeniable. Wow.
We just broke that story right there.
Oh my God. You heard it here first, folks. Fanboy Modeling School. Uncovering the truth.
So loose. It's so loose. What happened? We're professional podcasters. What happened?
Well, there's just some days we just get too loose and get wild, and that's how it is.
Oh my God.
That's how it and also on things. So Disney Plus, as well as everyone and their mother, are adding ads.
I know.
There's no streaming service who will be safe from ads. Except for maybe Amazon.
You know what I've been gloating about for about 3 years, maybe 2 years now. You know, I've always been gloating about my HBO Max being free because I'm an AT&T subscriber. The thought of losing that upsets me greatly, and the thought of having to pay for Disney Plus, ESPN, and all that shit really upsets me. But really thinking about the ad thing, that doesn't bother me so much. I'll pay not to have ads. I get it. You got to do that. I pay for YouTube Premium so I don't have to deal with ads, but it also supports the content creators and the platform. Now, let me be real. It doesn't really support the content creators. They get like a half of a penny from my premium account, but at least I know they get a half a penny.
I agree with you. Actually, when I think about it from Disney Plus, they actually made breaks where an ad is supposed to be.
Yeah.
In the shows, there's like, they go fade to black. I guess I wouldn't mind an ad or two, in these spaces. I
was watching the greatest film ever made, Predator 2, and there was ads on Hulu. Bro, it was so... I gotta just be honest about something. I used to think that movie was amazing. Tried to watch it the other night. It's so bad. I could not get to the end. In the end is
it's really that bad. I haven't seen it in years, but it's really that bad.
The end is the best part of the movie, and I couldn't make it to the end. I didn't even make it to King Willie's death.
It's so funny that Prey decided to reference that. Out of all the references they could have done, they chose to do a reference of 2.
Matt, did you watch Prey? Was anyone expecting Prey to be the most successful thing that's come out of...
I didn't think it was going to flop. I knew it wasn't going to flop.
Right.
I if someone's like, basically, look at all the stupid shit Hulu comes out with, and then finally like, and we're going to have a Predator movie. I was like, yeah, people are going to see that. The most successful, I didn't see that coming.
Hulu was a step away from being the new sci-fi, in my opinion.
Hulu? Yeah, it might be. It actually might be. I watch a lot of Hulu, like an ungodly amount.
What's ungodly?
Well, I'm saying they have a lot of reruns of old shows that I liked. So recently I rewatched The Shield. I rewatched The Shield. I rewatched several seasons of American Horror Story. I rewatched How I Met Your Mother. I'm currently watching what is it? Only Murders in the Building.
Okay.
Shit like that. They have just general shit to watch,
Yeah, they got a lot of shit. Matt says you stop that. Predator 2 is awesome.
Oh, wow. You hit a nerve. Disney said their investors call that they would want to get into gambling with ESPN. They should shake down all the gambling addicts and leave me alone.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Prey on the weakness of others.
I actually love that gambling is legal now. What about you?
If we're gonna go full in on a controversial episode, there's only one of 3 Abrahamic religions that promotes capitalizing off the vices of others. I'll let you figure out from there.
So usury is the sin we're talking about, and I know Islam is very against it. Although
God
Islam,
damn it, let the people figure it out on their own.
I assume they were not gonna. I assume it was rhetorical. That's what it is.
Prey was awesome. Sorry is the best.
Doggo. You know her dog.
Oh, the dog. Okay.
Yeah, she loves her dog.
Yeah.
So Prey. Matt did not like Prey. I liked Prey. I really liked Prey.
I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed Prey.
Had a good time. I had a good time. I'm really hurt by how bad Predator 2 was. I used to watch this movie every day after school.
I remember seeing it as a kid. At least loved it.
Now I know that it's so offensive to anyone of Jamaican descent.
I'm gonna have to watch it now again. Damn it.
The King Willie death is still good. You just got to make it that first 40 minutes of the movie. Shout out to what's his name, John Paxton. What's his name? What's that character's name? Played Hicks in.
I think it's Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. Really bad. Really bad in this movie, man. Really bad.
Well, yo, I was rewatching what is it? True Romance the other day.
Oh boy.
And yo, you remember that? You a fan of that movie or what?
I love that movie. Love it.
I remember loving the shit out of it too. However, there's a thing where there's a white dude. I think it's Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Playing the white dude with the shitlocks.
Yeah.
And he's just
worthy. Yeah. He's like like an N-words name.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't remember that shit. And I was like,
yeah,
this is super cheesy and offensive. And
that movie's still great. You know what movie's really hard to get through nowadays? You know, with everything. It's been, I'm not Leon the Professional. Definitely looking at a lot. Oh man. Definitely looking at that movie with different eyes now, especially for all you Ariana Grande male fans.
They should do a remake with Ariana Grande and some old dude.
Matt says the Predator turned stupid in the last 15 minutes. He cut his own arm off. Well, Matt, you got to end the movie at some point. The villain always turns stupid in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, they do. They absolutely do. My only, and it's such a subtle complaint about Prey, is throughout the movie they kept letting the Predator get wounded.
Right.
And after like 10 wounds, I was like, he's not even limping. Like he kept taking little thing, like they kept having his blood spurt out.
No, he had his med kit. Think about Predator 2, Matt, though, and Mantis. He lost his arm to Danny Glover, hanging off a ledge that he knocked Danny Glover over.
Yeah.
He almost got captured by fucking Busey. Not Busey. What's this guy's name? Officer Keys. What's the guy's Matt? What's the guy's name that played Keys? Agent Keys in Predator 2.
RM says Leon the Professor is super pedo. Looking back on it, yeah. Like I'm so uncomfortable when it came out. I didn't see it that way. I need to see it again because I didn't see it that way, and like I don't remember them crossing any lines. I hope they didn't cross any lines.
Oh, in the uncut version, yeah, there was definitely a line crossed.
Poor Natalie Portman.
Same thing with Interview with a Vampire. Some people would say
it was very sensual. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but actually, it wasn't. It's funny. I used to watch it when I was a kid, and I love it, and it wasn't until when I was an adult that I was like, "This is inappropriate."
Wait. Your thoughts on the new Interview with a Vampire?
I can't wait to see. It's gonna be great.
You race swapping.
Why?
Psychopath. You. No, I can't wait to see it either.
Because
I'm looking forward to Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna watch it all. Yeah. Everyone's trying to get me to hate, particularly Lord of the Rings. Fuck that. I'm gonna give them all a shot and see how they do. I'm a fan of Interview. I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings. Let's see what happens. You know,
Absolutely. I got nothing else for you, my brother. I feel like if we go any further, it's gonna get really dark.
If we go any further, we're gonna get arrested and we're gonna lose our podcast. But yo, guys, that was Fanboy Modeling School for Monday. Thank you so much for stopping in. RN's final thought is Louis was never specifically said to be white in the books. Okay, yeah, no, I'm fine with that kind of stuff.
Okay, hold the fuck up.
Okay.
Louis is expressed to be fucking Cajun, not Creole. Cajun, which is white in the books.
At the end of the day, I don't. I mean, do we care though? You really hate race bending.
Yes. How would you feel if they made T'Challa fucking Bucky Barnes?
Well, I mean, that would be fucking pretty offensive.
Okay.
I mean, so wait, are you not going to watch it?
What?
Interview.
I have no morals. I have no standard. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it for sure. This is for the show. I
I dig it.
Gotta get my red pill on to keep my numbers up.
Right. But yo, that was Fanboy Modeling School for today, Monday the 18th.
16th, you psychopath.
Whatever, 16th. Actually, 15th. We are real off, man.
No, it's 12:08 a.m. It's 6th.
Oh, okay. You got any shout outs or plugs you want to do?
Folks, please. Very important. If you go to my Discord, DJ 60 Star posted a link in the promo section for Q Kids. Donations are required and needed and appreciated. Help DJ 60 Star help young people in the Cincinnati area. That's all I'm promoting.
Yeah. And Lainey so generously came into Request Box the other day and donated. That was really awesome on Friday. Thank you so much. Yeah, so, guys, get on that. Please help these kids. Princess Beck says, as usual, hashtag fangirls for fanboys. I love that hashtag. That's a great hashtag.
It's a great one. It's a great one.
But until next time, remember, brunch continues, is back on the menu, 11:30 a.m. every weekday, starting tomorrow. I'm back on it. Come hang out with the Mantis. We're just going to do morning chats and hang out. That's on Twitch. And then, of course, Wednesday, me and Matt are going to get together. We're going to talk about all things DC that are going on. So
Yeah.
on Rogue Planet. That's at 8 p.m. Did you have any shout-outs you want to do?
Shout out to Dope Dynamics. Shout out to the entire crew. I have to use the bathroom so bad, so I'm going to let Mantis take us out. Goodbye.
Okay, so before he shits his pants, love you all. I hope you all had a good time. Until next time, ciao from motherfucking Ned.